Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of AM in the PM with Amanda and Mark. Amanda, what are we going over today?
Social media.
Social media. Okay,
Yes.
let's talk, shall we?
Yes. Well, I was just thinking about how we are. So I'm 23. 23.
I'm
I have
24,
to.
maybe.
I have
Yeah,
to.
she's messed that up before.
If
If
you
you're a
have
long-time
seen
listener,
any,
you know.
yeah, if you've seen any past episodes, I feel like I've also previously talked about it in a couple episodes about how I
She
forgot
doesn't know how old she is.
how old I was
Mhm.
while recording with our close friends, and they had to correct me of
Yeah.
my age. So I'm 23 and Mark is 24. So we are like the first generation of like really all the like social media. I feel like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and now TikTok.
TikTok, Chinese spyware.
So, but I was, and I'm just gonna go like start from the very beginning. I feel like I was just thinking about this before we started recording about how like there are like there are like 30-year-olds who, I feel like they're not even as like addicted or as like deep into social media as we are because, we were like still kids, I feel like when we started social media. But like I was just thinking like people who are like 30 or like somewhat older than us, they might not have even like had a phone until they graduated high school. But with us, it was like we got a phone when we were, I don't know, I was 11. I got my little flip phone. And then eventually I got a smartphone. So I feel like, and then there was Snapchat. Um, well, okay, I'm going to
You need
dive
to take a breath. You need
dive
to take a breath.
down
You need to take a breath.
into the
Just pump the brakes there,
dive
Taylor.
down into
Pump
the
the brakes.
deep MySpace.
Never had one.
Yes. So it started with MySpace when I was about, I was 11.
You were 11.
So
I actually got.
this was before smartphones.
This is important. I actually got a letter sent home from my school saying not for our kids, the kids at school, like sent to the parents saying don't use MySpace. Be aware of MySpace. So
That makes
that
sense.
was a different time, certainly.
Well, he went to a private school for those of you who don't know.
Yeah.
So
Amanda was in the Wild West.
I was in a regular public school.
Yeah.
So it started with I got a flip phone. I would text my friends, and then I don't know if you remember like AIM.
AIM.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have that either, but I knew that was
I
the
don't remember too
Your
many details.
AIM, your screen name.
No, I don't remember any details. All I remember is like texting, like messaging my friends back and forth. I don't really remember many details of that.
I think I tried to get it once.
You know what it reminds me of? I feel like you always see the date, like that's always what guys on Dateline, that's how they would find the like 13-year-old girls. So I feel like that kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah.
So MySpace, and like my parents didn't have a MySpace or any older family members, I don't think. I think it was just like me and my friends. And I don't really think I remember a lot of the details. I just remember, oh my goodness, you made your own profile and like you choose your background of your profile.
Like, you can pick music.
If you know, you know. I cannot believe Mark like didn't have this.
It actually sounds really cool. It sounds like something I would have wanted to do.
Well,
but not at the time because I would have been
It
like
was, and
I'm
I'm like still to this day surprised that it vanished so quickly.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was still around. It just wasn't the fad because Facebook came in and all sorts
because
of
I ended up getting a Facebook when I started MySpace. So you had like your background and everything. It would kind of be like a, like a big wallpaper, like just a background of like, you could do like, it would be like bright lights, or you could do like, oh my gosh, it was just so much fun. So like when I would have sleepovers with my friends, we would always make our profile. And then I think you had an about me, that'd be like your little about me. And then you had your top like 4 or 5 friends. And then the best was the music. When you would go through the profile, and I think maybe you had like a couple pictures of you and your friends, and then your profile picture. It was just amazing. But I don't really remember. I don't think it was like Facebook. Obviously, how Facebook is now, like. I think it was just like people's statuses and people's pictures. Like I don't think there was much else.
I don't remember what it was, but
that's what I don't really remember.
I think. So the internet may correct me here because I didn't do this, but what I think from what I've heard is it's kind of like your space, like obviously MySpace. So you had a profile, and that was the the main thing about it. So you could go on there, like you were saying, you could change all those things. They could see some information about you and stuff like that. But I think that the reason that MySpace was lacking, I believe, was because it lacked the idea of the like revolutionary thing that Facebook came in and was like news feed. Yeah. I know that's a newer thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think it was mostly all statuses and like that's it.
Yeah, but just like a constant stream of, I mean, we're going to touch on this probably in this episode, The Social Dilemma, the Netflix documentary, which if you haven't seen it, you should go check that out. But yeah, that's really what started to like kind of suck people in and just kind of really change the way I think a lot of these platforms kind of worked. But MySpace seems interesting. But the one thing that I was going to say though, when you said like change your background and stuff like that, it's kind of interesting because to me, kind of comparing what I know about Facebook and the limited stuff I know about MySpace is almost like a little website, like your own little website. I mean, like there were certain things.
You would go to these weird web. I don't even know. I'm so not like tech savvy. Like you obviously know this.
Yeah.
You would go to these weird like sketchy websites, and then you would copy and paste like the background thing, and then go copy and paste it into your MySpace thing, and then it would make your background.
Yeah. The internet was also much younger then too.
Like
so
11.
It was probably a lot different, but
no, I was 11. Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Did you want to say something?
Well, no, I was just going to say, like, I mean, yeah, MySpace seems like, I feel like I could create something that's very synonymous with MySpace nowadays, like I am building, like with websites and stuff like that. It's obviously a little bit more, but really, though, that's to kind of sum up what I think of that. It's like Facebook is a uniform thing now, but the big deal is the interaction. It seems like MySpace was a little different. Like, you probably go see other people's profiles, I assume, but you couldn't really interact too much, I would assume. And then there was AIM, which was like,
yeah, that's blurry for me. That's like way back there.
AIM is more familiar.
I thought it was AIM.
AIM. That's what people called it. AIM.
I called it
AIM. AIM. And it was powered by, I think, AOL. And I just remember this being the time where you had to like fucking flip your router on, or your little modem on, so like you couldn't be on the phone and the internet at the same time and all that sort of stuff. I don't know if that was around the same time, if I had, just dial up or whatever that was, but
I don't remember any of the details like that.
It's a wild time.
It's when I lived with my grandparents. So where my pap had his computer. That's where I would sit with my friends on MySpace.
Right in the dining room.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I had a flip phone, and then I got a little smartphone. I'm kind of like just gonna do phones as we do social media. So not long after I had the little flippy phone, before I got Facebook, because I remember my first Facebook picture was with my little smartphone.
You seem like the girl that kind of had a juke.
What is that?
You remember what the juke was? It was like a phone that was like maybe an inch wide. And it's kind of like this tall.
It's a phone. We've talked about what phones I've had.
And it flips out, like slides and flips out.
No, I had Cricket.
You had a Sidekick?
I had Cricket. I didn't have any of the cool phones that everyone is like.
Oh, well,
the
loser. No, I'm just kidding.
I feel like there was like a chocolate phone, like a
LG chocolate or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally the Wild West.
So
it was a Wild West.
Literally, I feel like everyone had like the what are those called? NV3, NV whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't have any of those cool phones because I had Cricket. Like, my phone was not very common. I think there are only a couple, like, rare that someone else had the same phone as me. So Oh, no, I apologize. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Nice.
I did not. So I did, after my flip phone, I had a little phone with a keyboard. Now, I do not know what it was called because, like I said, it wasn't anything special like the NV Touch or whatever. Cricket had these little green, it was like this size if you were watching. It was green, and then they had a blue.
A Firefly.
No, that's
Oh.
not what it was called.
Fuck.
It was not.
I know that was green.
It was not. It was from Cricket. It didn't like have any of those. It wasn't like.
Oh, the Firefly you can only call like one person with.
No, it was from Cricket.
Okay. I don't remember.
That Cricket has like unlimited everything. It was pretty cool. Now I'm on AT&T because Cricket did some messed up shit. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, we'll leave it out of that.
Cricket just isn't as cool as it used to be.
don't
And
know if it was
they're
ever
like
cool.
partnered with AT&T somehow now. I don't know. Whatever.
Whatever.
So my mom and I had the green and the blue little like keyboard phones.
Keyboard phones.
Yes.
That was the name.
Yes.
Cosmos.
Are you going to go down the line on what phones you've had too while we do this?
I don't know. Maybe should we?
Yeah,
Should
maybe we should just do it at the same time.
Well, I did. The first phone that I had was actually not mine. It was almost like Christopher Columbus kind of came over here and just said, "This shit's mine." That's kind of what I did with my phone. It was my parents had a phone. They had like Razors, I think, at the time, Motorola Razors, and they've always that whole time they always had like the same types of phone. So they both had like Motorola Razors. And then we had a third phone for some reason that I can't remember why. It was like if my grandmother needed to go somewhere, like she would have a phone or some shit. So we had this other flip phone. It was just like an LG with like a little tiny antenna thing at the top. And it was it was a good phone. Like it was a solid device for the time. It had like a buttons right on the front where you could play music. I thought that was pretty dope. And that was kind of like that always just sat in the kitchen.
Wait, what did it look like? Was it a flip phone or was it
It was
a
a flip phone. It was square at the top, rounded at the bottom. It said LG on it. It had
Okay.
back, play, and forward, reverse, and skip,
Okay.
whatever on
That's
the front.
weird.
And a little screen on the front and screen on the inside. Obviously, a nine pad, dial pad, or whatever. And that would just sit in our kitchen until somebody needed it. And then I was probably it was definitely around the time of I remember middle school dances. So 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Where am I at in that? That's like 11, 12, 13, 14, somewhere there.
He doesn't even remember
And,
the exact age.
No, I
clue.
don't care.
I was 11.
Gonna need to know that though, moving forward with our kids. But
It'll be different.
it
when we
will,
have
yeah.
kids.
so that would always sit in the kitchen, and then I would need, if I wanted to go somewhere or something like that, play with my friends down the street, or go to like some sort of thing that my parents weren't at. They're like, okay, here, take this phone, and that's cool. And eventually one day I just kind of I was like, all right, this is mine now. And like, I kind of they probably gave it to me kind of too, but like I just adopted that phone. And I had that for a little. And then of course all your friends start getting other phones. So I can't remember every single one. I could probably try to name them off, but I don't remember like when. I think I want to say that it was generally like every 2 years, like most phones, like most, upgrades and stuff were, but that was my first one. I know that. I can't remember my second one. I mean, I could name all of them, but I don't know what order.
When I first got my flip phone, it was on Christmas morning, and I was sitting at the table. It was whenever I lived with my grandparents and my mom, and we were snapping beans. You just like take the ends of the beans off or whatever, snap them, and there was a phone sitting there, and it started ringing, and it said "Mom." And I think, like, my cousin Sarah was there the day before or something. Or, like, maybe they stopped by. No, it had to have been the day before. So I thought maybe Sarah left her phone there. And my grandma's like, answer it. So I answered it, and it said Mom. And my mom was in the next room talking to me. Oh, my God. And it was just, I, like, still remember. Like, I was so excited. Like, it was, like, a magical moment. And, then the joke was that magical things happen when you're snapping beans. So every year when I'm snapping the beans for Christmas, I think about that.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It was just a regular flip phone, you said?
Mhm.
Nice. That's a hell of a story.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what happened next?
I'm like getting a little emotional. I didn't realize all these monumental social media things happen at my grandparents' house. Like what?
Yeah. I don't
But
know.
I used MySpace when I was there, and I only lived there for like 3 years. For those of you who don't know, when I was younger, but it was a prime 3 years, I guess. Prime little
Prime.
preteen years.
Preteen years. Nice.
My little cousin tried telling me that 10 years old was preteen. I thought preteen was like, oh, I guess it is 10 to 12. Yeah, I don't know.
I
That
don't
doesn't
even
sound
know.
right. Anyways, so do you want to just try to name the phones you had?
All of them? Yeah, sure. That LG thing, it didn't have a name. It was like VX something, whatever. Had an NV2, not the 3. The NV2 was the square one. Had the dial pad on the front, like a wider screen on the front, up and down arrows and stuff like that. And then on the inside, I had the full keyboard, flipped open, had the full keyboard. No, I had that. I know that I had, oh man. See, I think I might have broken a phone or two or something like that. So I also had some sort of
Wow.
other one. I had the Samsung Stratosphere. That was that might have been
I
my first
don't
one.
even know what any of these phones are because
That
I
m-
had Cricket.
That might have been my first one. Ooh, I don't remember. I can't remember. It was a slider and it had a touchscreen on the front. So the touchscreen on the front,
Wow.
you could do that. Slides up. That's the keyboard. Back when
I
keyboards
would
were all the
still
rage.
want a keyboard. Like I loved keyboards.
You don't want a keyboard anymore. But so I had that one. I don't know if it was before or after that. I had the Droid 2, I think.
Oh, if you have a keyboard if you move your iPhone the other way?
What the fuck? Yeah. You have a keyboard all the time. What the hell are you
No,
talking
I
about?
mean like
You mean a
don't
wide keyboard?
Yeah. If you
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
Fucking
so hard.
iOS.
That'd
Fucking
be so
iPhone
hard.
users. Jesus. So hard. Yeah. Well, dude, I don't even. We're not, anyway, so I had the Samsung Stratosphere. I had the Droid 2, I believe it was. That was the slide up one. That one was dope. That was a good phone. Wait, maybe it was the Droid 1. It was Droid 1 or Droid 2. I actually wish some of these phones, not all of them, but like that phone, I wish I would have kept because that was like a really cool one. Looking back on it, it was literally game changing. I've never owned an iPhone.
We're gonna have to look these up so you can show me.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
I've never owned an iPhone because I know how to use technology. No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. But
I mean,
they have some great products. I just don't.
He makes a great point. iPhones. The whole reason I wanted an iPhone is, I feel like have we talked about this on here
I don't
before?
know. Doesn't matter.
I know it doesn't matter, but
Somebody
I feel
watching it's the first
feel
time.
like I definitely feel like we like had this conversation recently. I don't know if it was with.
Maybe it was with somebody. Maybe it was with a couple.
It might have just
Doesn't
been.
matter.
I think it might have.
It fits here, so it doesn't matter.
I think it might have been with Winnie and Brian since Leia just got a phone.
Maybe.
My little cousin, she is 10 and just got her
11.
first phone. Oh fuck.
Idiot. No, I'm just kidding.
No, she just turned 11.
Idiot. No, I'm just kidding.
But no, she was 10 when she got the phone. She was 10 when she got the phone.
What were you gonna say about the iPhone thing?
Oh.
I make a good point.
So when I was younger, before I even had an iPhone, my friend had a MacBook, and like I knew from the MacBook, like the iPhones were like that, and the MacBook is just so easy to use. It's just like easy to operate and use, and so like you said, like you know how to use technology. Like Samsungs are fucking confusing to me. I mean, my mom.
Samsungs. I love this.
Samsungs.
That's not.
What are they? Google.
Android.
Android.
Yeah.
Are they?
That's the operating system.
Is it still called that?
What the fuck, dude? This is what I'm talking about.
Is it still
Right
called
here.
Android? For like
That is the operating system. Android.
for Google
Android.
too.
Android is the same type of
For
thing
Google
as
too.
iOS. Do you
For-
want to have a?
For Google too. Like your phone too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are called manufacturers.
Well, I know I had Androids in the past, but I'm still like that.
Yeah. They're operating systems. Yeah. Let me.
We
let-
need
but-
Jesse.
but-
Bring him out here. Bring him in here.
Real quick, because I don't want to go super in the weeds on this. Let me just explain, like, sort of the iPhone thing. The problem, the reason that you're literally illustrating this right now
Oh,
is
here we go.
because you were marketed towards like the iPhone thing. All your friends had it and everything like that. And it was like it was way better than Android back in the day.
Okay.
Like
yeah.
when it came out, it was brilliant. It was an incredible phone. It's still a great thing, right? I'm not shitting on Apple. Apple's a wonderful company. I'm invested in Apple, but at the same time, like the phone that I have now sitting over there is so much different than the Android phones when you had them. You know what I'm saying? Like they're very competitive now. And the trouble is that Apple has done such an incredible job marketing, and there's no concentrated effort on like the Android front, because there's Samsungs, there's Googles, there's LGs, there's all these different brands, that the iPhone looks like it's impeccable, but it's really almost just the same kind of thing, just kind of like, different as far as the way you interact with it and stuff like that. But that being said, the last thing I will say on that topic specifically is Amanda has a MacBook that I got for her second year we were
It was
together.
like our first year of dating, and I cried.
And
so
what I would
hard
highly
when
recommend
I got it.
is, if you are in the Apple thing, if you like iPhones and you like all that, just get all Apple products. Seriously, because they all work together so brilliantly. Like, you shouldn't do anything else. But that's a bit of advice there. I think we were talking about the phones that I had before we went on this tangent.
Yeah, did you finish?
I had an NV2. I had a Samsung Stratosphere. I had a Droid 1 or a Droid 2. I can't remember.
I don't know why I feel like you've been listing them for like.
Well, we got off
years.
on a tangent there. This is a big one though. Let me tell you a quick story. I don't know if I've told it on here before. I don't think I have. I went to like the mall one year, okay, and the Droid DNA just came out. And the Droid DNA was like a phone very similar to today. It's really thin, and it was really thin, and it was like sleek and modern and all this other stuff. And it was obviously Android, made by Motorola, and it was just way better. It didn't have a keyboard. Okay, so I think I had like the Droid 2 at this time or something like that. And this was a new phone where this was right on the cusp. You know how you remember how like the Voyager was the big thing back in the day? The Voyager was the Verizon one that like had like the touch screen and the keyboard. Like, you could flip it out and you could have a keyboard, but you also had a touch screen on the front. This was like the next thing where it's like no more keyboards, just one pane of glass.
I remember the first phone I had
that was like that.
Yeah.
Well, this was mine. But the funny part of the story was I was concerned because like I wanted it, but at the same time, like I don't think I was up for an upgrade or anything like that. I might have been up for an upgrade, but like I'm still obviously, I was like probably 14 or some shit. Excuse me, I can't really remember. But I went into the mall and I went over to the Verizon store. My mom was somewhere else, and I just bought the fucking phone. Like, I think I paid for it like in cash, because it was only like $200 back then before they changed all of it. It's like $200 to upgrade, and then you get the phone and you have the plan or whatever. So I just went in there. I was like, yeah, I know the password or whatever to the account, and I was just, yeah, I'm gonna upgrade this, and I just boop, and I just did it myself. It was crazy. And then I went back to my mom and I found her. I was like, I got this phone or whatever. And she's like, what? She was like crazy. She was like, she couldn't believe that they did that.
I can't believe they let you do that.
Yeah, it was. I don't know how old I was, but I'm gonna ask my mom when we're done here and see what just if she remembers that story.
Oh my God.
It was hilarious. It was a great phone though. I just got rid of it not too long ago. But like I said, yeah, I get rid of all the old shit now. So had that. And then I went to Samsung's. So I went to Samsung Galaxy S5. 7, 9, and now Google Pixel 4 XL. Pretty sure that's all of them. That's definitely close, and we can kind of leave it at that. But yeah, it's a great time. All Android, beast mode. I've seen it grow up. It's been beautiful, and I'm a Googler now, and I do all googly things.
Yeah, it's very crazy. The fact that we just lived through all that like change is weird, and it's just getting crazier.
Yeah, certainly.
So, but I don't know the names. I apologize. I don't.
She's just going to roughly describe them in fucking tellers.
Yeah. If you had Cricket, you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, you probably didn't. You probably have Verizon or T-Mobile like everyone else. But whatever. Like I said, I had the flip phone. I like briefly remember there was another like little I think I had 2 different keyboard phones. I don't know. The one was like the blue and the green one. One I feel like was just blue. Like,
nobody's going to know what that is anyway.
It was weird. Yeah, no one's going to know what it is anyways. And then I had the Android. I don't know what it was called. It was an Android. It was a little Android. Honestly, my stepdad had a phone that looked exactly like it up until like maybe like 2 years ago. And I just remember the little Android picture.
Yeah.
In the App Store. Oh, and I definitely cracked it. I think that's why I ended up getting a new one. I might have got 2 of those. I don't know. I feel like there should be way more phones than I'm describing. But I wanted an iPhone forever. Like I said, I think it was because my friend had the MacBook, and I think my friend might have had an iPhone too at the time. So I don't think I got my iPhone until I was 4. I got my iPhone when I was 14, I believe. I got the iPhone 5. And then I had the iPhone. I think then my next one was 6S. Did I have Did I have the 7?
I don't know.
I feel like I had the 7. I think it was 6S, 7, and then 8 Plus. But I've definitely had like 2. This is my second 8 Plus, and I'm planning on getting the 12 very soon.
Yep.
So, iPhone girl. Both my parents have Androids.
Androids. Well, at least you're saying it right.
I would just say Samsungs regularly.
Well, I mean, they have Samsungs.
Yeah, they do. But
Yeah,
but
like other people that do not have iPhones,
I think
that doesn't mean they have Samsung.
I'm not saying I didn't completely know that, but like I didn't.
You just don't care because you're
I
fucking
didn't completely
Apple
know that,
elitist.
if that
That's
makes
what it
sense.
is.
Like I feel like I knew that, but like I didn't, like, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm an Apple girl. So, rolling back around to, I know, I feel like we could have talked about either one of these topics, but we're just going to bring them all in one.
They're all pertinent. We'll probably talk about them again. They're important.
We'll just bring it all in one because I feel like, I mean, technology, social media, it goes hand in hand. So, I was 14 when, not that this matters, but I said I had my little Android phone, and that's when I had Facebook, and I still had MySpace. It was dying out, I think. I remember I didn't want to get Facebook for a long time because of MySpace. How old were you when you got to Facebook?
Ooh.
Your first picture, I think, is you in braces. My first picture was me in braces on Facebook too.
Yeah, no, that's There's some pictures from a dance in middle school. I want to say it was 8th grade, so probably had it in like 7th grade. Somewhere in middle school. It's definitely in middle school. Definitely.
Yeah, I feel like I had to be younger than 14 then because I think I was like in
Your timeline is so ridiculous.
13. Why?
I mean, it's just weird. It's just like it's just
the way I'm describing it.
You just did a lot of stuff. I don't understand how this one fits in there. But
I
like did everything
okay,
when
so
you were, like,
I don't know if this makes sense,
toddler.
but I remember like ages because I like remember like who I hung out with at that age, what I did. Like I remember like so much.
I don't remember anything.
So yeah, I'll be honest, I have no clue how old I was when I made a Twitter.
I was probably around the same, maybe. I mean, it had to have been a long time ago because all you do is tweet. You got like millions of tweets.
Yeah.
Still to this day, and it was way worse before.
I'll just say the 3 of them because Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. I want to say that they were all around the same time, but like I know they weren't. I think I was like 15 when I made my Snapchat. Oh my God, I still have the same Snapchat.
I feel like there's a weird relationship.
I still have the same Snapchat.
There's a weird relationship between me and Snapchat. I feel like Snapchat is a newer platform.
But it's
not.
No.
It's pretty old.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
I've had it
strange.
for like 8 years.
I don't know why I feel like that. But it's and it's so sad because like everybody stole all their ideas.
Yeah. I actually did not start using Instagram story until like the quarantine. By the quarantine I mean is when I was off of work and like Mark and I started using it for AM and the PM, like Instagram story and stuff like that. I started using it for that, and then I started using it on my own page, and now all I use is Instagram story, and I connect it to Facebook. But I was in like Snapchat, like I would, like if I ever wanted to post a picture of my food or a picture of Mark or a picture of my friends or a picture of anything, I would use Snapchat. I would never use any other stories.
Yeah, well, the weird thing to me though, still just kind of thinking about it right now, is I feel like Instagram stories are new though. Like they stole that idea recently, but You
It's
know what I'm
only
saying?
like the
if
past 2 years.
yeah, I thought if it's in the past 2 years, 1 or 2 years, then I have to look it up because I
Same with
just feel.
Facebook.
But I feel like Snapchat has had stories for a reasonably long time.
Since it started.
I don't think since it started, but since
Mm.
like a year or two
I-
after it started.
so-
I just feel like there's a long period of time where Snapchat introduced stories and then Instagram stole it. I feel like it should have been less.
I personally, I
But I
thought
don't
about
remember.
deleting Snapchat because I don't use it as much. I probably talk to Mark a lot in it more than anyone else, and that's honestly because
I could live without it.
sometimes to send pictures and stuff, we have to use Messenger or Snapchat because sometimes our text messages don't go through to each other.
I mean, the pictures problem is because like you're used to everybody having blue bubbles, and I have a green bubble on your thing. So the problem there is that when you send me a message, it comes in via SMS rather than the iMessage that you're chatting with your friends, or MMS, or just RCS.
Yeah.
Any sort of, I'm throwing a lot of acronyms out there, but yes, you're right. Absolutely, it's chatting via like Facebook or something like that is the way to go because there's not as many limits on what you can send. So yeah,
But I was really into Snapchat, and I've had it for a really long time. Twitter, I think. I really wish I don't know if I got Instagram first or Twitter first. I remember being iffy about Twitter, but Twitter, I mean, I will say a lot of people are still on Twitter, but it's.
I like how you still have your horoscope posting every fucking day or whatever it is.
I don't know. I know I never got rid of it. I know, like, I'll, like, look at it and be like, wow. Well, actually, now I literally, like, I will go forever without tweeting. But it used to be, like, oh, my God, if I went, like, 2 days without tweeting, it was crazy. But I should go see how many tweets I have. I
bet you it's over 50,000.
I have a lot of tweets. I used to be that person that just tweeted about everything.
You still kind of are. Not as much. You
I-
still tweet
I
here and
would
there about
say-
like random things though.
I would
It's
say
like
if
an addiction. It's like an
if
old
I
addiction
think
that
of
just pops
if
up.
if I think of something like really,
I mean, I do it now too, but
Actually, I think I thought about tweeting about how I wish someone was having a Halloween party. I feel like since Halloween was on a Saturday this year, everyone had the party on Saturday, and now it's like November and it's over, and I wish someone was still having a Halloween party because I still want to be Carol Baskin.
I don't.
That's
I'm
not
good.
that's not exactly what I would tweet, but
I'm
I'm just
good, man.
saying I feel like everyone was so excited it was on a Saturday, and I feel like it would be cool because it would be like a party after Halloween. I mean, we've done that before.
It's
with
Christmas
friends.
time, bro.
No, this is a whole nother topic, but
Yeah.
we're just gonna say this real quick.
Mm.
It's not Christmas.
It's not Christmas.
No, okay. Christmas is actually my favorite holiday. I feel like you would not think that because it's November, and I am not ready for Christmas. But Christmas may be my favorite holiday, but fall is my favorite season. So, I love the fall, love the leaves. No, so I today it actually started snowing, and I'm like angry because we get very short amount of time where it's that between weather where it's like the fall air nice and crisp. And I'm like pumpkin season crazy. Pumpkin drinks, pumpkin muffins, mostly pumpkin coffee, but pumpkin muffins. I'm not a big pumpkin pie girl, but anyways, I am, as much as I love Christmas, I'm just like, people need to slow down. Like, I just want to enjoy this last month of fall. Like, I feel like I don't get into the Christmas spirit until when Thanksgiving's over, and then I can get into the Christmas spirit.
Good to know. You should tweet about that. We need to get back to the social media topic. Do you have another topic?
I posted about that on social media today. Well, actually, I commented on someone's post.
Do you have another topic? Because I have a nice topic.
Well, I really wanted to like say what age I got these platforms, but I don't remember the exact age. It went MySpace, Facebook. I think Twitter came after Facebook. I think. I'm not completely sure, but yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to talk about like the actual sort of like so we watched The Social Dilemma. Great documentary on Netflix. You should all go watch it. And it gets into it kind of technically. Like, it's not a technical thing. Like,
sorry, wait, I forgot.
Yeah. TikTok, yeah.
I'm addicted to TikTok.
Yeah.
And they did not talk about TikTok in The Social Dilemma. And it was a recent movie or a documentary.
It took them 8 years to make that.
Really?
I mean, I watched Joe Rogan with Tristan Harris.
So TikTok just might not have been a thing when that was a thing.
I mean, it's all the same.
Let's
talk about.
It was very scary.
Let's go back to what I was saying. Let's talk about how much time we spend on social media. Because recently we looked at our digital well-being thing on your phone and my phone. And I would just like to say briefly, if anybody from Google or Android, anybody on the Android team watches this, there's no reason that my always on display, like when the phone is off and I can see my clock, there's no reason that should count as screen time. That's bullshit. It said my clock. I was looking at the clock for 6 hours. Fuck that. So anyway, it said like 6 hours or it said 10 hours of screen time, but 6 of them were on the clock. So like, just looking at the clock thing. So I don't know exactly what I have. I think from the numbers that I looked at, it's like 30 minutes on like Facebook, 30 minutes on Instagram. And I also
I haven't seen specific.
Well, we'll have to look at we'll have to look at that. Ooh. But like I know, so like I notice that I do it occasionally, but I'm also on there to like post things and stuff like that. But like, how do you feel about your apparent addiction to just like any sort of downtime? You just open Facebook or Instagram and start scrolling. This is an intervention.
How do I feel about that?
Yeah. Like, what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts?
Are you saying that you don't do that? Like, you think I do?
I do it a little bit. I think you do it much more than I do. And you said you had admitted that you're addicted to TikTok, which is a separate thing.
Yeah, I think I was completely addicted to social media before TikTok was even a thing. TikTok, I actually did not want to get TikTok because, if you don't have TikTok, I feel like all the TikToks you see are like those little girls on Facebook like doing weird things or something like that. And I just was like, I don't want to be on social media that has like all these little teenage girls doing crazy things, which is crazy because I never see them on my For You page at all. I would say, I don't even remember what I was going to say. Well, it's interesting, 'cause in The Social Dilemma, they are like, so sometimes you get like random notifications on your Facebook and it'll be like, blank.
That's another topic. Keep going.
Blank. No, I'm just saying.
Yeah. No. I'm saying I have another topic.
Blank made a status. Okay, like I swear I'm not. I don't think. Like for example, my old co-teacher, unless I accidentally, it tells me like every time she posts something on Snapchat, and I don't think I like did that. I could be wrong. I might have accidentally clicked something, but it tells me every time she posts. So obviously I go and look at it. And I don't think I clicked anything. And then like my friend Lauren, it tells me every time she tweets. I might have clicked on something by accident. So this might be a bad example, but I don't think I did. So, and then there's ones that are completely like irrelevant. Like this person made a status about this. And, in The Social Dilemma, they talk about how like that's on purpose for you to see it and like get you in to like the Facebook or whatever it is. They use Facebook as an example so that you keep scrolling, keep looking at stuff. And yeah, they obviously use stuff to target you. So am I a victim of that? Probably. But I don't know. The whole scrolling through Facebook, scrolling through Instagram, even Twitter, that's been a thing for a long time. Like high school, like since it came out. Like that's just been a thing that I've done. So that's separate. TikTok, oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, like there has been times I have been on my phone so much I honestly feel like my eyes might burn out before I go to bed. That's fucking horrible. So TikTok, I pause. So I watch a decent. Yeah, I watch a lot of TV. I watch a decent amount of TV. I feel like I try to. I definitely watch like less TV like during the quarantine than I do now. I feel like because I tried to fulfill my days with like better stuff. But I feel like now I might watch a little bit less than I used to, but now I like work out and stuff, so I do like other things, so I feel like it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. But my point is, I pause. I mean, it depends what I'm watching. Sometimes I pause the TV to watch TikTok. Yeah. I pause the TV to watch TikTok. And you want to know another thing? Both my parents have TikTok. They're addicted. My mom not as much, and my stepdad straight Maurice. He's straight up addicted to TikTok. And so am I. And I'm not saying it's like TikTok is all good for you. I'm not saying, but I don't think it's all bad. Like I feel like I like learned some stuff from TikTok. I mean, I know not all of it is, great stuff, content, but I think some of it, like I follow like a lot of moms. Like I just learn like stuff about kids. Like there's like preschool teachers on there. Like some stuff is like actually, or a lot of like school teachers on there. A lot of the stuff is very interesting. Like I feel like I do learn some stuff from there. I'm not saying all the time, but but when I watch TikTok, I feel like I'm like watching something. It's not really like I'm just scrolling. Like yeah, you're scrolling through TikTok. It's, similar. It's pretty much the same thing, but I almost feel like I'm like watching something. So I feel like it's almost a little bit different than like Facebook or Instagram. I don't know if that makes sense, but
No, not at all.
I feel like it's a little bit different.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I'm glad we're having this discussion. I'm glad we're recording it because it's interesting to me because I know your situation and I know my situation, obviously, just because of obviously how close we are. And like, I can see your phone, like when you, if every single time that I've ever turned your screen on, you have a notification list that would give me crippling anxiety, like crippling, like
Where?
On your fucking phone, like you
Do you mean like the top part where you scroll down? There's
Yeah.
Like yeah, I never get rid of that.
Yeah, that's terrible. That would give
I
me.
never
I would die.
I never see
I would
it
fucking
unless
die.
you never see it.
You
Unless
see it on the
move
home
thing
screen.
Down.
You see it. You see when you open the phone before you open the phone. Well, I guess you don't.
Oh.
You don't see it maybe because you have the fingerprint thing or it goes right in or something, but
Oh.
like that. But like it's stupid stuff too.
No, but
it's
when
really
I hear,
stupid
when
stuff.
I hear notification, I think about that little like red thing that pops up. Like there are some people that like don't open like 200 messages, or like I don't like when I think notifications, I think of like the little things coming from the app, like the little red things. Like I can't keep those. I get rid of those.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I get that, but that's
the
not what a
other thing
notification-
I struggle
that's not
with.
where it
And
ends.
then when you go on Google, you're supposed to swipe all the little searches away. I don't fucking do that.
I don't know exactly.
Well, that's
what you're
because I
talking about.
never see it. Like I don't see it, so it doesn't bother me. You know how when you go on,
I'm perplexed.
you know when you go on Google or like Safari and you swipe over, you're supposed to get rid of all your little things.
Your tabs.
Yeah, I never do that.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
I
why your
don't-
phone runs like
Because
shit.
I don't see it.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind, just like all your clothes in your closet. Like all I'm saying is, like I'm not
Yeah,
really. It might sound to like the layperson like
No,
I'm criticizing you, but I'm trying.
think
I'm
I
interested
should,
in this.
Do I think I should get rid of that? Yeah, but I literally never remember to.
That's crazy because you spend a lot of time on your phone.
Yeah, I also need to figure out how to update it.
Yeah. Well, you can just forget that because you're gonna have a new phone soon. But
How soon?
I don't know.
Well, I just feel like I need to update it, and it's like
You're not losing out on anything. There's millions and millions of people that probably haven't updated it. It's fine. But what I'm saying is like
the reason I said how soon is because Mark offered to purchase me a new phone for our anniversary.
yeah, I think you should change your habits though a little bit. Like I mean,
I
what-
need help.
she needs help. She needs fucking.
I need help. I keep my phone's over there. I need help. I want to.
What do you mean you need help? Elaborate. You need a fucking
guess I-
professional. You need like some sort of therapy?
No. I literally forget how to. I mean, I guess the one thing is easy, but
I
I
mean-
literally forget how to like do the.
Like, so
It's crazy how much stuff I don't know how to use on my phone.
you don't need to use all of it. That's the thing is
Exactly.
like, here's the thing. Here's one thing. iPhones long ago were simple. They're not simple anymore.
No.
But you know how to do the 10 things that you need to know how to do, so you never changed. But like Android was totally different. We're not going to go back to that conversation, but Android was totally different. So what I'm saying though is now you don't need to know how to do everything. But like the stuff that you have on your phone, even though there's like a bunch of shit like buried in all the settings and all the other things that you can do, like just clean the shit up. Like because I go back to that notification list. Like when I get a notification, I don't care if it's a junk email or this, that, or the other thing. I just want to get rid of it. But the big thing actually is you get notifications that you don't even give a fuck about. Like you get like notifications saying like, oh, this person posted a YouTube video and you don't watch any of that. You get notifications earlier like you were talking about like, oh, it's this person posted a status on Facebook, but you don't give a fuck about that. Like there's ways to just turn that off so you don't get any of it. And then you don't need to worry about it because it is exactly what you said. And now that I'm thinking about your situation as compared to my situation, as compared to what they said in the Social Dilemma situation, the reason that everybody is fucked in their perspective and like we're going down this like rabbit hole of like attention, like grabbing and all that sort of stuff from social media is because a lot of people are even in worse than you. Think about it like this. Think about if you had all those notifications and you gave a fuck about all those notifications, you would literally never get off your phone. Mm-hmm. So I think like, I'm not saying that I'm like the best by any means when it comes to this because I'm definitely on social media. But what I'm saying though is I don't even get that stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't have the opportunity. I don't give them the chance to reel me in. Because normally nine times out of 10, the only stuff that I ever get is stuff that needs attention, like actually needs attention for like the brands and stuff like that, or the things that we're working on. So, or an actual friend that actually wants to hit me up or something like that, you know? So the only reason I'm saying this is because like, again, to go back to that Social Dilemma and the idea that, you know, everybody is addicted to social media and all that sort of stuff. It's very real, but there are actually, and I can't even believe they didn't talk about this. They didn't talk about the actionable steps. They did at the end, sort of, but I don't even remember them saying this. There's actionable steps that you could do, that you could take to make social media less addictive, 100%. And it's just those types of things, just like block out certain notifications or all notifications or whatever. But like the tools are useful. Like Facebook, like you said, like even TikTok or whatever, like some of the shit is useful. It's definitely useful at getting other people's attention, like on a brand perspective and all that sort of stuff. But it's just some of it is useful, but you know, there's pieces of it that can really fuck you up. So I don't know, just a interesting concept. But yeah, we should clean up your notifications and probably delete a lot of the apps that you don't use.
Yeah.
So I guess we're working on that. But do you have any other topics? I know that this was your thing. We kind of talked about a good amount of stuff, technology, some, you know, obviously social media and stuff like that, but what do you think?
Yeah, like I said at the beginning, I just think it's interesting for our generation because, you know, I feel like we kind of started from the bottom, from flip phones to now. And some kids, it's like iPhones are all they know. Or if you think about, you know, people in their 30s or whatever, they were, I don't know, like it's just crazy to think about. I remember when my mom, this is weird. I don't know how old I was, but I remember when my mom had like her first cell phone when I was like wee little. Like a, you know.
A wee bab.
Like wee little. My mom had like a cell phone, like one of her first like cell phones. Like that's crazy to me. It's amazing, but it's also like, what the fuck is gonna happen when we have kids? Like,
well, there's gonna be something else. Because our parents, it was TV.
That's crazy to me.
Like, you know, I think when our parents were very little, I'm pretty
No.
I don't know when black.
It was like our grandparents when they
Nah.
got it. No, it was our grandparents.
Nah, but I think that the TV, though, in and of itself, has changed tremendously
Yeah,
from
but-
1970 till now.
Yeah, but I think like our grandparents like got the first TV, like had the TV first.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, probably. But like also, our grandparents was probably more like. Our grandparents was probably more like
Or I
the
think it
phone.
was like the 60s.
No, you got to think of the revolutionary-ish things. Like there was the phone, not the cell phone, the phone. So it was like one phone in like a fucking, I don't know, town or some shit,
Yeah,
and
or
then
how
one
TV
phone
used to
in a
just-
house. One
TV
phone in a
used
house.
to just be a bunch of channels, and like or like a couple channels,
a couple.
like 5 channels, and now there's like Netflix and Hulu and like all this other shit.
Well, I mean that's also the internet too, but yes.
Well, yeah, all.
I mean,
connects to
really,
TV.
really, the internet is more. I mean, cell phones, yes, but like really, like the internet too. We've just grown up in a day and age with a lot of versatility and like or just a lot of like changes that have gone on. And really, I say this all the time. You know, when our parents were kids, they couldn't. It was inconceivable to talk to somebody on the other side of the world, pretty much. Like, I mean, maybe they had phones that would go long distance or something like that, but it wasn't, I think, I'm again kind of talking out of my ass because I don't know specific dates, but I feel like the idea of talking to somebody on the other side of the world basically was kind of like writing a letter, maybe making a long distance phone call if that was a thing, right? But now it's literally you can talk to anybody in the world in a second. So maybe we will see, like, where do you go from there? Do you go like different planets and shit like that? I mean, like it's crazy. I don't know. I mean, Elon Musk is going to Mars, so we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, isn't there something? Well, don't you have to pay a certain amount of money and you can go to Mars or something like that?
I don't know the details.
I remember talking about that.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
we'll see
God.
where it goes. We'll be interested to see what's next. It's probably going to be
I used to think that when I was little, there was that movie. What is it called? The holographic singer girl.
Pixel Perfect.
I used to think that
Solid
instead
movie.
of TVs, there was going to be holograms for TVs, and I'm mad that it's still not a thing.
Holograms. You mean projectors?
No, hologram. Like it would be like, it would look like the person was right in front of me, but it would be like we're watching like a movie or something.
Yeah. I don't know.
I thought that was going to be the thing.
that's
I feel
it's a
well.
little weird.
Like the Jetsons, like you know how crazy that shit is. Like that's not happening. But it's crazy because the stuff that's happening today is still super crazy, but it's just not what we like pictured the future to be like. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Like
yeah,
when
I mean,
we're
we
like
were
young,
predicting.
when we're young and we're imagining the future, like I thought there'd be like flying cars by now. But apparently there's a lot of shit going on around the world. Okay, so I don't know. TikTok. There's this guy on TikTok. I wish
Jesus.
I knew his name. You know who I'm talking about. The guy that's like ridiculous shit going on in the world right now that you don't know about. Okay.
Yeah.
I believed it at first because the first 2 were like, wow, that's fucking crazy. There were like what, sharks like swimming in the volcano or some shit.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of crazy shit. There was like a transformer. There was a flying car. Ridiculous shit going on in the world right now that you don't know, that you need to know about or you don't know about. But he has like 12 parts, 12 different TikToks. So now I think it's kind of fake. So
What are you talking about?
oh my God, you don't know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. What do you mean? Just because he has more than one, he has 12 videos, you think it's all fake?
Now I feel like it's, well, now it was believable at
It's
first.
real footage.
Do you think all that stuff is real?
I mean, I'm not saying that it's real or like fake or real necessarily, but like I'm pretty sure the thing in the Japanese car dude, like I'm pretty sure that was legit. I heard that somewhere else or whatever. And what I was going to say was like there's definitely like it's way easier to make one thing. Like think of like why isn't there flying cars? Because there's so much more that would need to go into making like actual flying like usable flying vehicles, like all the like okay, think about how long it took to make like highways and roadways and like cars and like all the laws. Can you imagine doing that in the fucking sky? Like that would take a long time. Like there very well could be We have the technology for planes. There's no reason we couldn't make cars fly. It goes back to your argument about the whole hologram TV thing. It's like, we don't need hologram TV
No.
because it's not really that good of an idea. The flying car thing is like kind of a good idea, but there's probably a better solution. And what the better solution, I think, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing in the world, is probably just autonomous driving. Because the whole idea for like flying cars was to get places faster. But
What's autonomous driving?
What do you fucking mean? Tesla.
Oh yeah, but
You flip it on, you don't have to.
Yeah, but that's not faster.
Yeah, you don't understand. The faster thing is totally like relative when you think of like yeah, okay, you're not going to teleport and you're not going to fly there or whatever. But if you have more time in the vehicle to like long term to not actually drive, that's why you want autonomous driving or faster ways to get places generally, because then you have more time. Yeah. Now you can't like do shit in a Tesla right now.
I'm just saying like there's so many stuff he's saying that it's like, wow.
Maybe it's real, maybe it's not. Maybe we should do some fact checking.
Wow. It's just crazy.
I mean, the world's pretty big.
I know. I feel like, yeah, I was thinking of it too. I mean, here we are living in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I mean, this is the world we're talking about.
This is the world.
The world. To me, like, I feel like I don't even realize how big the world is when I'm saying this, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
It's very big.
We'll see what happens.
A lot of stuff is going to keep coming along.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I'm anxious for it. I know that there's going to be autonomous driving. There's probably going to be different energy sources. Hopefully the internet continues to get faster. There's probably going to see maybe time travel or teleportation.
I've been seeing a lot of stuff about time travel on TikTok.
I don't know if that's
too.
actually true or not. But
it's crazy. I'm like, what?
I mean, that's just a fun topic to play with. But if that were to ever happen, the world would end.
I saw something that was like,
if that's legit.
It was like November 15th. We will get a coronavirus vaccine.
Well, that's the other thing too. There's so many people with so many access, like so much access to
whatever.
There's so many people with so much access to people's like inbox, if you will, or like, you know, their influx of things that they can take in, that you could literally just, what if you think about this? What if you made like 360 videos, 365 videos, just like what you just said? And the first one was on January 1st, we'll get a vaccine. On January 2nd, we'll get a vaccine. On January 3rd, we'll get a vaccine. And then you just put all those out there. It's like one of them is going to be right.
Yeah.
You know, like where it has a chance of being right.
Oh, there are so many crazy TikToks that it's like, I made two and whichever one you had to have seen it.
Yeah, I
made two and whichever one you see is correct, and it's always like, he's the one, or it'll be like, he's not the one or something. I don't believe in this shit. I do not. But I will say everyone I've seen says he's the one. I've never seen one on my For You page.
As soon as we get one that's not, though, it's like, see ya guys, we're done with this shit.
I've never seen one on my For You page that it's he's not the one or he's not for you. It's always like he's the one, like, or it's going great, keep it going, like with like basically about relationships and stuff. So I'm not saying I believe in it, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. I don't know.
Craziness. Yeah, TikTok is making you believe all this wild shit too. It's like, oh my God. No.
I don't know. You got anything else?
Social media really just mind fucks you. Oh my God. And then you have those people that are still sharing he'll be on your bedside tonight and he'll be looking at you in the middle of the night if you don't share this post. I will not share that. I do not share those. That's like when we were in middle school and you have those chain messages. Like there was a famous one that was
Bloody Mary.
No. I was afraid of Bloody Mary, but no. There was a famous one that was like the little girl in the sewer, and she like fell down there and like died, and then she came up and was gonna get you. I forget what her name was.
Good for her.
Crazy.
She's probably still down there.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
Well, this has been fun. Lots of info here. Lots of tech talk and social media talk. TikTok talk. TikTok talk. Yeah. So yeah, guys, thank you for listening. We really appreciate it. Let us know. Shoot us a message. We're always looking for questions and stuff like that. If you want to hit us up, tell us when you had your first cell phone or something like that. I don't think there's. Well, I guess there's comments of YouTube. Yeah, throw it down there. First cell phone or what? Your
Let me
favorites.
know if anyone else had Cricket.
Yeah, Cricket. Yeah, anybody else had whatever the hell Amanda had, those, the blue and the green and whatever the hell those phones were. Yeah, if you know the names, let us know. But seriously though, we would highly recommend. This is not endorsed at all by The Social Dilemma. I wish we would be getting some money from them, but no, we're not. Go watch that though. It's a great film. And let us know what you think about that. Just kind of observe it and see if any of that impacts you, if it's relatable, if it's not. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. With that, thank you guys so much. This has been another episode of AM and the PM with Amanda and Mark. We thank you, as always, for tuning in, and we'll talk to you in the next one.